Alright, I'm going to show you how to bind your keys. If the first video wasn't clear enough, I'm going to do it again. And a little bit more extensively. Okay, so we already know that we go to the interface. Well, not the interface, the menu. And then you go to key bindings. I scroll down to... where's it at? Action bar functions. Go down here. And we have all of our action buttons. You can bind those to whatever. Also, if you scroll down some more, your other multi-action bar bindings should be there as well. So you can access the bottom left and the bottom right action keys. Okay. So, let's say we want to bind action button 6 to something. Now, we want to do this because it's easier to access this button instead of clicking it. If I'm trying to attack things and I'm trying to run away from them, I don't want to be clicking. I don't want to be distracted clicking something on the bar. I want to just press a button and I want to be able to use that spell whenever I want to. And that's what key bindings are for. And that's what makes you good. That's what will make you a better player, using key bindings and not using the S key. Okay, so we're going to want to bind this. Let's go to action button 6, and we're going to bind this by clicking it. See my highlighter here? It's bright. Click, left click, right here, and then once this thing says press key to bind key to command, I'm going to press R, for example. You don't have to bind it to R, you can bind it to whoever you want. If you want to bind it to 1, you can. If you want to bind it to G, you can. If you want to bind it to Shift G, you can. Whatever you want. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to bind it to, let's say E. E's good. And then I can bind this next key. That's already to Q. Using Q and E for movement is useless. Relatively useless anyway. So you don't want to use that. You can get rid of those and free up 2 spaces for bindings. And they're easily accessed as well. That's why it's good to remove those. So you can use them for spells. Okay. So that's bound. Those are the keys that are bound. And right now, this little action bar function will only let me bind these keys right here. So I'm going to go down to multi-action bar bindings. Okay, so now I can access these. I can bind these to whatever. So I want to bind this key here, which is the second to the action button 1, which is here. So I'm going to bind it to, let's say, Control C. I can do that by holding down C after clicking the not bound button here anyway. Clicking the not bound button and then pressing Control and then C. And now it's bound to Control C, so whenever I hold down Control and then press C, it'll cast that spell. Okay, so I can access all of these now by going to multi-action bar bindings. Okay, and that's the bottom left here. Right about here is where the left bar ends and the right bar begins. So we can go to the bottom right action bar and then just click this right here and then bind that to whatever. Let's say G, that's fine. And now I can cast a spell. Okay. While I'm at it, I'll go ahead and give you a quick overview of your spells. I'm going to show you the spells that you should be using. Okay, let's start with Beast Mastery. These are all your aspects, all the things that you can do with your pet, and you have your Widow Venom as well, which really isn't that useful unless you're doing PvP. So let's go ahead and review that. 1 second. Okay. Aspect of the cheetah. This will make you pretty quick. You don't need to use it though. You can use aspect of the pack, which will let you move your whole group faster. Unless your whole group doesn't want to move faster, I guess. So you can use this yourself. You can move faster, get around places faster. It can help you kite too, but I wouldn't suggest using it unless you're really good at kiting, because you'll be dazed if you're hit. So don't use that too often unless you know how to kite. Just makes you run faster. You don't have Aspect of the Fox yet, so let's not worry about that. That's pretty self-explanatory anyway. Aspect of the Hawk, you want to keep this up at mostly all the time, because it'll let you do a lot more damage. For me, it lets me increases my attack power by 3,510. That's a lot. 3,510, not 3,510. That's stupid. So use that most of the time. Keep that up. Don't really need to worry about Aspect of the Wild, unless you're in a raid. Not very useful. Beast Lore, that'll let you know things about your pets, and pets that you can train, capture, control, etc. If you ever call a pet, you can call your pets with that. Dismiss pet, you want to get rid of your pet, then you can do that. Okay. You can call your pet like that. At higher levels, you'll be able to call more pets than just your one. So, yeah. Eagle Eye, it's more aesthetics than anything. It's not very useful. You can just click off anywhere into the horizon over here, and you can go over there like that. It's a pretty cool spell. They used to have a spell that let you control your pet. I don't know why they really got rid of it. It was kind of fun. But oh well. Okay. So, get rid of that. Go back to my action book. I haven't really done much with Beast Mastery, so I don't really know quite well what to do with it. But I know that Master's Call here is a spell that you get later on, and you don't need to worry about it. Men Pet, you should always keep that up, so your tanking pet can always take damage and it'll never die. Okay, Revive Pet, you know what that is. Scare Beast, you can always scare beasts, lions, kudos, etc. Usually things with fur or scales. Tame Beast. Widow's Venom, not really that useful unless you're doing PvP, because the only people that need their healing reduced is healers, which don't really have that many in PvE. So don't need to worry about that. Okay, let's go to marksmanship. Aim shot, that is your starting shot, and your proc shot. Okay? So that's a spell that I showed earlier in the DPS video. Use that twice, and that'll do a lot of damage. You can also start off with this on enemies that aren't being hit yet. It is a long cast, so you want to be careful with that. Don't use it all the time. It's not a spell that you cast a lot. It's just a spell that does a lot of damage at first. So, yeah, that's a spell that you start off using twice on bosses because it'll crit twice automatically. And then it'll proc once in a while, and you can use it then. Arcane Shot is your bread and butter spell that'll keep your DPS up, as well as Steady Shot, keeping your focus up. Chimera Shot you don't have yet, but that's a spell that you'll be getting soon, in about 9 levels, or 10 levels for you. So you can use it then. You can always just use that spell every time it's up. It's very important. Yeah, use that. Concussive Shot, it's good. You should always use this with leveling outside of dungeons. So you can just use that to slow people, or mobs, monsters, whatever. Use that to slow things down, and you can run around them as much as you want. You're faster than them. That's what it's for, to kite. Very important spell. Distracting Shot, wouldn't really use it. Don't really need it. Unless you're, for some reason, your pet's being attacked and you don't want it to be attacked. Say, if it's low health,